Hey, what's up, everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Chinese Parents. Now, before I do my usual routine, in the previous episode, we basically finished the game. Though, since this has a generations system type of thing going on, that's where I feel the replayability is. But, we finished the game. So now we have our save file on Generation 2 with kind of a better start. Well, it's not the greatest start, but it's better than our previous start, I would assume. Looking at the stats that we have there. But anyways, in the previous episode, we basically just did our best to learn as many final, skills to increase our points the most. I don't know if the stats matter the most at the end, or what matters the most is how many actual skills you actually learned. I feel like it's the latter. Or I think it's how you say it, right? I don't think it's later. I think I think it's the latter because it has double T in there. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, regardless. In learning those, we also got new part-time jobs or work. There was one that I didn't check out. I don't believe. The last one I checked was development project or something like that. But we had gotten a last one that was a short-term investment. I didn't check it to see how that was. So I can't really, I can only apologize for that, and not really much because I don't remember if I checked it. I think I didn't. So I'm like, well, we missed looking into that to see how well that was. But anyways, aside from that, we we won our second challenge, and I'll talk a little bit more on that because I actually have a plan for this next short part of the we're gonna do a playthrough, like a Generation 2 playthrough, but it's continuation of the same series. But I'm gonna do a little more focus towards that, but in a moment we'll get to that. We also got so throughout the entire playthrough, first generation, our exam marks were never that great. Apparently, you have to always go jack of all trades from the very beginning, which I actually wasn't planning on doing, but I kind of have to because the exam marks and all that. And well, in the previous one, we got acceptable ones. To me, we got a B. To me, a C and a B are still they're acceptable. Anything below that is kind of like, well, kind of a failure, right? But I've never been the person to strive for, like, I guess I could try to strive for an A or the highest possible grade, but like I said, highest possible in my possibility, or that's within my ability, right? Anyways, if I feel like I can't do something, I'm like, you know what? I try it, and if I feel like, you know what, I can't do it, why would I try again if I've already tried? Or if I at least have an experience similar to that, and I feel like, I've tried it before, and yeah, that's the kind of person I am. Anyways, we got a few traits there. There were legendary traits as well that we had gotten in right at the end of the entire first generation playthrough. They were like the best. I'm like, they were crazy good, especially that Huanggang exam book. That one was crazy good. It didn't give Constitution, but I think it's fine, I guess, because I don't plan on actually going into Constitution again. That's a whole sports route, and I'm not into that. So yeah. Anyways, we had our 5th exam as well, which was apparently the final exam. I can only guess and or assume that the next generation will have like this, basically the same layout or scheme, and it'll have only 5 exams as well. What else? Yeah, that was basically it. And then we got to the last turn, and we went to Gaokao. We did that. We became what we dreamt to. That what we had as our dreams. We had the first one, and then we had a second one, which I guess it gave us a chance to change it. We achieved our goal or our dream. We became a literary giant. I don't know I can't remember exactly what it said at the end. But you guys can go watch that end part. if you want, but I don't remember exactly. It's not that I don't care about my episodes, it's just that I forget. It's I try to remember some stuff, but I'm like I'm not the best at that. Memory isn't my forte. Anyways, and then since we weren't really wooing anyone or going after anyone in the love sense, or whatever you want to call that, we at the end we had basically three like contenders or something that mom actually brought to us. And you're like, well, whatever. I don't really care about that. I guess we'll see what happens in there, right? And there was three. One we knew. The other two I had no clue who they were. Maybe we got to know them at one point, but I don't remember knowing the second two. And the one that we actually did know had a higher percentage, 32% versus 20 and like 10 or something, or 10 and 20, whatever. And we succeeded. It was a 1 in 3 chance of succeeding, and we succeeded. We wedded. So something tells me if we would have failed that, maybe we wouldn't have a second generation. It would basically just be the end of the game or the file right there, and we had to start over with a new generation. So right here we have generation 2. We're a 1-year old again. We ended up with just 7.12% completion of the trait gallery. I don't know if we're a male or a female. We'll see when we get in. After the wedding thing, it kind of implied that it said something about he, and it implied that we were male, but I don't know. We'll see in a moment. Anyway, so our family stats are as follows now: IQ stats 15, EQ talent 19, Constitution 14, Imagination 27, Memory 29. Because it seems we went hard in the not the what's the word? Not in putting stats in these, but in using or scheduling the study stuff or entertainment stuff that gave mostly this, and depending on the traits we got is what added up here. Anyways, so characters and talents will be inherited into their family stats. Well, it does say, it says characters and talents, so I don't know if that is the the talents that gives us a plus every turn, whatever. I don't know if that is a thing that affected this, because according to what I remember, our Constitution talent was actually pretty high compared to others. Like the memory and imagination, I think they were the ones at the lowest. I think I can't remember really well. Anyways, passing them down to the generation. So let's start it up. So we got an achievement there right away called Family Inheritance. Obviously, y'all not seeing it. Narration: time flies. The former child has grown up and has become a parent of their own. That's us, apparently. It has been many years, and I, Lee, finally have a child of my own. She looks, well, I was gonna say she looks pretty damn young, but in general, not too. I hope no one tries to brand me as such, as anything. But in general, most Asian women look young regardless of age until like they get to like 60ish, probably is when they start getting those changes. Then again, in Asian culture, there's this big what's this word, focus on always using all sorts of beauty products like creams and all that. So, but anyway, skincare products and all that. That's just something not that I'm assuming, but that I've seen or heard somewhere, and that's why I'm projecting that now. But anyways, it has been many years. I'll be sure to give my child a good education and not to repeat the mistakes of my parents. So that's our dad. That's John Zhu. I think that was his name. What do you mean? Whenever we go back to your family home, I can't help but feel you're exactly like your mom. Ha! 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 Well, I guess we'll see. We have no goals right now. We're a nameless 1-year-old. Let's just take a quick look in this. We're a male, as you can see right there. We don't have the flower anymore, and we're just a little potato with a bump right there, and well, some more bumps over here, but those are arms and legs. Cute and childlike innocence. I don't have any good recommendations for you. Just wing it. Voltaire, a witty friend. Nabe Ghoul has a thing for valves. That is definitely a reference. I don't know that one, but this is definitely a reference. Alima, an English teacher who turned business magnet. How the hell is that our closest friend? Supposedly we are the child or the baby. I don't know how Alima, an English teacher turned magnet, is our friend. But anyways, that's interesting. Mom is Lee, passionate, best-selling, profession, best-selling author, pocket money, 50 a month. Well, we did better than our father in that way because our father had 20 yuan a month. We doubled that and then 50% on top. So I guess it's not the worst thing. Personality traits. Oh, mom, right? Brave, fair-minded, relentless, resolute, and self-reliant. I think that's a pretty nice one right there. But I kind of feel like we're missing one, but maybe not. It's probably just me. Family tree. So generation 1, Qinghai University, best-selling author, Li. Oh, we can click on it. I actually clicked on it and I wasn't sure if it was going to do something because I saw this little tab right here and I felt like it might do something, but I didn't know. Married a schoolmate, so yeah, it was a schoolmate. Gaokao 441, I don't know what that means at all. Two-faced challenges 1. Oh, that's our score, our Gaokao challenge. Yeah, that was our score at the end. Out of 750, we got 441, so yeah, that's what we got right there. And two-faced challenges 1, and whatever. Maximum 50 can be displayed, and we're obviously not gonna go that far. We're probably just gonna end it at this one. It was just to see because, well, our next generation, this one's gonna be the dad, and that's basically it. So I just want to see how it turned out. You know, the difference between first generation and the second one, because the first one we get a generic parents, and now we get our own. So I don't know how we're gonna turn out. You know, how Lee's gonna turn out. I don't know. It's kind of hard because now we're a new person, but we were a previous person. It's kind of hard to, you know, talk or explain it. But anyways, fragments, right? So my plan is to actually go and focus on challenges. Then again, like, I don't know if the challenges are going to be the same because it is a second generation. I would think that they probably wouldn't. So I would have to see when we get the first challenge. I'm like, you know what? Let's focus on that one. Focus on that stat in particular, because at the end, once we get that I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the Huanggang exam book again. I really don't know if everything just repeats itself in that fashion, but I kind of wanted to focus more on like the challenges this time around. We're gonna try to go as as jack of all trades from the very beginning, as much as possible, though we will focus a little more on the IQ. I think we're gonna need it for, I think, the whole key elementary. I don't know if it's elementary. Again, the schools in general, I would assume IQ is gonna be the focus. We're gonna focus on that so we can be able to get all of them. I think we got all of them except for the first one in the previous generation, so it's not the worst thing ever. But it will change because since we didn't get the one at the very beginning, it changed where we went. But getting this one at the very beginning will definitely change all the rest that we actually did previously. Anyways, so 15 IQ per turn, 19 here, 14. So these two are the lowest, IQ and Constitution. I'm gonna try to keep Constitution and IQ. I'm gonna probably get those the most here because they are the lowest. EQ second, and Memory and Imagination not so much because they are the highest, and they'll level, basically increase their stats on their own per turn. So we're gonna go straight down in the center, right here, Constitution. I have a feeling it's just giving us what is the lowest to us and telling us to focus on that, and that's what actually I was thinking to do. So it's not like I wasn't gonna do it. So yeah, it looks exactly like what I'm thinking, like what I thought. Like, focus on that, and then these will level up on their own or increase on their own. Constitution is the lowest, so a little more on that side. We got 4 more to go, and I think we should just do 1 more of Constitution than IQ. So we'll do 2 IQ. Well, actually, we're not going to be able to do that exactly because we have, 20. So we have to choose 1 and 1 or 2 on 1. So I'm gonna go with Constitution, and that's where we're gonna stop that right there. That is done. Baby is asleep because they are out of action or energy. A schedule. Turn over. Clap to the music. So we've had the clap to the music before. I don't remember the turn over in reality. I think we did. There's something down here, and I kind of want to. I've never read it before. I don't know if it's been there before. When your relative pushes the red envelope towards you, click the control to control the marker. If the marker is, I think that is bugged out, because it pops up as soon as I go in. It's bugged out. I don't know why I don't know why that's there, and whatever. So turn over. We have the trait for that. So I can't look at traits right now because there's no trait tab to look in, you know. Or maybe I can't. Hold up. There was this. No, not that. No, I think you have to have the trait thing option here, so no. So go into here. So we already have that trait in our family, so it's not going to give us anything. We don't have the one for clap to the music. Like I said, we're going to focus IQ and Constitution, a little bit more on Constitution than IQ, because that's going to, not by much, but just like just 1 point more, right? Because of that difference. Then EQ to keep it balanced for now. But we still want to get that elementary school thing, so that IQ still has to be high. So it's kind of like, I think we needed 500 points for that. So face, Constitution, and Charm. And this one gives Imagination, Charm, and Action. I don't know if it's gonna fill up in the next. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing 2 only, and then go the rest here because of the action points mainly, and because we don't have the talent for this. So we're just gonna go with that. 4 and 3. I mean 2. We got 30 right there. Mediator. You learn how to say granny. Oh dear. Oh dear lord. Which improves mom's relationship with her mother-in-law. Oh, with her in-law. Okay. Plus 10, plus 5. I don't know. We don't know how our in-laws' parents were, so we just know how our parents, or our, Gen 1, our mom's parents were. And I didn't like them. Especially our grand. And I meant like her mother, our mother's mother, or our mother's mother's mother, that one. The great one, I think is how it goes. Postnatal depression, we already know that. Say daddy. Do you really have to go through that? Well, it's just random, I guess so. You turn over. Clap to the music. He's like, "Ooh!" And he's like, what? We're like, what? Well, no trait there. That's what I was hoping for, a trait. We didn't get any. So we got an expectation right there. Clever child. We need 100. Walk, be patient, and learn to speak. Yeah, already know that one. So now you understand fragments, right? Remember you gain more stats, or the higher the map, blah blah blah. Certain fragments allow you to advance to the next level. They're very potent. So we should already know that, right? Our study. So here's our trait thing that I wanted to look at. Why is it giving us the tutorial again? We already know this one. Maybe it's just what is it saying? Maybe it's just reminding us. Wait, we have rhythm control. Why the hell do we have that? Trait gallery. Yeah, whatever. Turn over. Okay, yeah, we got that. But what about the other one? Where is it? Oh, it's gonna be terrible to find it here. There it is. Hold up, I missed it. Rhythm control, from clap to the music. So we got it, but it didn't tell us, or I didn't see it at the very least. I would put schedule, but it's not gonna let me. So study route, yeah, we already know this much. So what's the difference? So there's mood and then there's ordinary. So I don't know what this exactly did. I never really checked it. I checked it often at the beginning, and then I'm like, after that, I'm like, I don't think it's of any importance at all. So those are both common, and they are done in 40. This one says done in 47 turns. That's like all the way to Gaokao, and this one's obviously done by like high school or something. So we need IQ again. So our name. So our mother was Lee. I think this one should be called. One moment, I'm gonna think about this. Okay, so I've got some ideas, but I'm still not sure. I was thinking about going with like two names, but it's actually not two names. In reality, one is, you know, what is it? The you know, family name, and then the surname, or what's it called? First name, last name, family name. What do they call it? Family name and given name, or was not? Whatever. I was thinking about going like Gao Heng or Gao Cheng, but I don't know if we should, because are we like off the thing? Yeah, I think there is a character called this. My bad. I forget that I actually have a mute button on the H, and as soon as I hit the H, it muted. My bad. So I guess we'll just go like bye. We'll go bye. Confirm that. So now we're bye. I think that is about it right there. We only have 100, and that's because we did a schedule thing that gave us action. Cost 10 action gives a bit. Oh yeah, I already know that. Then I don't know why I was going for it. Let's go knowledge. Getting knowledge right now, I don't think it's the best thing to do. I think what I should do is just hoard as much knowledge as possible. Why? I feel because then later on we can just grab, and you know, on every turn, like once we have enough stats, and we just grab on every turn as many skills as we can, I feel. But then again, we also need to study a different things so we get, you know, better stat boosts or increases every turn, blah blah blah. But I feel like they're kind of redundant once you get to close to the end. But anyways, IQ, our lowest here. Yeah, EQ is kind of low now compared to everything else, so we'll go a little bit EQ there. We'll still go some Constitution though down here. I don't want that, neither do I want that, but I do have to go in this direction somehow. So we have one more, and I'm gonna go. I hope it doesn't stay too far behind, actually. EQ, I guess. So is that we still need to get IQ. Oh, I guess I should focus on that. Did I? Yeah, there were plenty of them. So we got it for somehow. We somehow got this, even though I didn't see the trait thing come up. Anyways, imagination does give us action. I think we'll just go straight that, because we're gonna need face as well. So face was never. I think at the beginning I had said something about face being like our power. Face is not the power. The traits, the rank of the traits are the power. This is just, I don't know, something else. Constitution is gonna go way through the roof. I know I'm just going back to the same setup I had. Choking on milk. What if I ignore this instead? Dad feeds you with a milk bottle and you choke a bit. as he's not very good at it. What if I just... Can I skip it? Oh, you can skip them. Okay, I didn't know before. Excited Grandpa. Grandpa plays with you every day, and when you succeed, he gets excited and calls you a genius. You get constitution. You lose Constitution. We get Charm and Face. Dad comes home. Dad comes home late. Comes home late every night, but always kisses you on the forehead, which often wakes you up. Your face is like, really? That we get memory, but we lose Constitution, but because we're not sleeping well. I'm just gonna ignore most of these things now. Dear, nurturing a child is very important. They need to learn as many skills as possible. Focusing on learning skills is the key to success. Yeah, I was thinking against that thought, but I kind of went back on myself right there. Remember to learn skills regularly. Gain knowledge by absorbing fragments so that you can make something of yourself. Okay, so we got 3 turns. The clever child one we did get, but walk, learn to speak, and be patient. EQ and Constitution. I need some EQ actually. I need plenty of EQ. I don't know why I went with Constitution. I was thinking Constitution. I mean EQ, and I went with Constitution. It kind of like, oops, my bad. Ooh, there we go. Nice. That's a good one right there. Definitely a good one. Go up there. That gives us 50. We're gonna grab this one just because it's there, and we kind of need EQ. Let's go there. We do need EQ for both of these, but we also need Constitution for walking. We need 140 to get this down to 20. Go with that one. Go with this one. Okay, it's decent enough there. It went up to 3 now. We're getting 3. The things that we do mostly give us Constitution and Imagination, so I should go more IQ and EQ right now. Ugh, man, so bad. It doesn't let me open up very well on the map. Ugh. Terrible. I'll get it just so we can have 60. Oh, that one's 40. Okay, that's the end of that one. I think I'm just gonna stick with the same schedule. Imagination, Charm, Action, and Face, Constitution, and Charm. So we're getting a lot of Charm. We'll keep it as is. Clap to the music. In public, you start crying your heart out at the supermarket, but mom just keeps on picking groceries. Yeah, that's kind of depends. It depends on what's going on. Like if the babies usually cry when they want something. Mostly it's either like when they're hungry most of the time. There's other obviously there's a plethora of other reasons, but mostly when they're hungry, I think. Not a baby expert, so I'm just going on a hunch here. And I think it's fine to ignore the baby because I feel like because then they learn that crying will get attention, and then later if they just want attention, then they'll just cry. Early on, it's not it's probably not the most recommended thing to ignore a crying baby, but they'll learn that that's how you get mom's attention, and then but it'll translate over, or it'll transgress not just being a baby, a toddler. It'll also go further above and beyond that. So I don't know. It's kind of whatever. Mom bathes you and but uses too much force and you get hurt in the process. Ooh, that's bad. I want them both. I already know that. I don't care. Turn over, keep going. Remember, the knowledge required to learn a skill changes with your stats. Higher stats reduce the knowledge cost. We already know that. A life choice. We can complete that now, but we're maxed out here. I don't know if it's going to give me any points, so I'm going to go into here first. Constitution is already good. IQ, I probably should continue bringing that up until we get to the 500, and later on we can start, we could probably reach it normally in some other manner. Constitution is still low, so let's go a little bit right there. We got talent points. We ignored talent points a lot previously. At the beginning, we were kind of getting them every once in a while, but then after that, we just completely and totally ignored them. But I think getting them isn't bad, though probably not that one. That probably is not the one I want. But I guess bringing it to a 20 is fine. I think I should bring IQ and Constitution at the very least to 20 as well. That gives us 50, so we need to spend at least 25 more points. We need a little bit Constitution right there. I didn't want to get memory, but well, that's in that corner. You know what? Leave it alone for now. EQ. We need to bump it up a little bit. I'm definitely gonna grab that, and I think we're gonna move on. Yeah. Okay, I don't want imagination, but it's definitely, ooh, that's nice. Definitely we're in the spot I wanted. So EQ is actually the thing that's gonna drop these two down the most. That one's way too high. We need 400 for that, 160 for that, and 140 Constitution for that. Okay. Okay, so we need a lot of this, but we also need a lot of the other thing. We'll go with that one. EQ. There's a lot of EQ, but I think I'll stop there and jump to the next one. Ooh, that's... Don't know if I want to grab that right now. I'm trying to get all of them to 20 first, but... I don't know if it's going to work out how I want it. It doesn't always happen, you know, so... Most of the time, things don't work out how you want them to. I kind of need to get that right there, too. Let's see if there's something else further down. Grab it before we lose it. And then grab this IQ one. Kind of want to use all 15 points here, so there's only that one, so we're gonna have to go for it. There's only red. Close that out. We can wait on that for the next one, but we don't need to. Grab it. Oh, we didn't get any points, but I mean, action points is what I meant. But we got EQ and IQ, which is good. That's good right there, definitely good. That's almost at the limit. It needs, what, 25 more points? Yeah, about that much. And that one's just about there as well. Hoarding these points probably not the best thing either, because later on, or in the previous generation, I also I think I committed a mistake by getting the, what's it called, by buying something, I can't remember, coding, something in computer things, I don't remember exactly what it was, for 900 something knowledge. That was definitely a complete and total waste. So doing this, buying these like this right now, probably not the worst thing I have ever done. So we're gonna learn to speak. Wow, the kid can really talk, but be careful not to swear in front of the other kids. I'm like, you can swear in front of me, I could care less, but don't swear in front of the other kids, because then they'll tell their mamas, they'll spread rumors. Well, it's not gonna be a rumor, but you know, it's gonna be an actual thing. It's just gossip. It's gonna be gossip to the other the teachers and all that, into society, and then we're gonna lose face. Of course, you know me. I'm quite the educated guy. Haha. Mama probably isn't though. You don't know how many times she flipped her parents' bird. Oh, and her grandma. Oh, that Nana. She had it out for us. Her and her old views, her old world views. Anyways, let's grab it. You're so cute walking around. Let me take a picture so I can share it online. A new life is always full of surprises. You can select skills you've already learned in the schedule. Yee, kinda already know that. No, that's not what I wanted to click on. I wanted to go to the other panel. So a life choice. Your parents take you to a fortune teller. There you are asked to choose between a picture book, a dictionary, and an abacus. You choose. Picture book, dictionary, and abacus. To a baby, in their defense, I feel like the abacus would be the most attracting thing regardless. Either that or the picture. picture book. Picture book because if it's colorful and all that. Abacus probably because it looks like a toy. I definitely want to go up in the IQ, but then like I said, the whole challenge thing, I don't know how it'll start out in this generation. Maybe it's just random. Maybe it could be random because the first challenge was memory. The second challenge, oh, and it required 1,000. The second challenge was imagination, I believe, but it also just required 1,000. So they're all 1,000 across the board, it seems, but maybe it might be mixed up. Picture book, definitely not. It's for painting, this for language, and this for math. I think we'll go dictionary, which is the least, the least orthodox option in my thinking, because my thinking was either something colorful or something that looked like a toy. We're gonna go dictionary. Let's see what happens. The fortune teller calls out, "This child will enroll in the great university." Your dad exclaims in joy and pays the fee. IQ plus 80. Oh, ain't that nice? So interesting. Okay. Schedule. So we have clap to the music, turn over, walk, and learn to speak. So we need to focus on right now. We need some IQ, constitution, a little bit. Imagination is doing its thing, but it'll go up on its own right now. So constitution, IQ, EQ needs to go up because of the be patient. We definitely want to get the be patient. I don't like impatient children. I'm sort of impatient, but I have a limit, and it's higher than the usual. I think it's higher than the norm. So, anyways, 5, 8, and 8. That's definitely good. We still need Constitution, but that one, what gives us Constitution? That one. What does this give us? Imagination and Charm. I actually can get rid of the clap to just clear it off. I might as well. The problem is that we won't get enough action, probably not. We'll put 2 maybe at the end, but first let's look into this real quick. Definitely having a lot of face I think would be good, with the reason that later on the request thing, it requires you to have a lot of face, right? So the higher the face, probably the better kind of rewards or requests you can make and or get from them. And like I said, we want to get those good ones, which are higher up on the list. And you know, having a low face is not good either. Especially not to Lee, who is my mama now, who was my previous character, or our previous character. And that is a character that there was some reflection of my own personality there, a lot, maybe a lot. But I kind of have more respect for this mama, or our mama now, than our previous mama. So yeah, there's Constitution in there, which is definitely better than the entertainment for sure. I think we're gonna split this 50-50, and we're gonna go like that. Walking. Practicing walking, the dog and a cat. and I don't know who that is. Whatever, probably the dad, but it's just a little sketch for it. And you did step on it because it is on the foot right there. 45, barely some action. Learn to speak. It looks more like you're beatboxing. I don't know how to do the beatboxing thing in there. Not even a little bit. So that was just a joke right there. Your neighbor's husky Fluffy looks at you, and you look at Fluffy. It's as if you're communicating. Plus 10, plus 10, plus 20. From now on, I'm probably just gonna go skip all those option things, yes or no. I'm just gonna skip them. From joy to sadness, Dad can't help but laugh when you fall down, which makes you cry even harder. I can't help myself. Usually, I'm the type of person to also laugh at someone else's pain, but usually when it's not like life-threatening, when it's something like, oh, you'll get over it, like whatever. Little devil. You fall ill and the grown-ups tell you to behave, otherwise you'll turn into a little devil. We're losing a lot of constitution. It's the lowest thing now. It's 111. We got more action right there. Barely though. So we barely got 75. Are we gonna get any more than that? And we did get 50. 50 is our baseline, I guess. Okay, so we're just gonna go with this turn, and then that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm gonna try to run them longer now because I am trying to do this as fast as I possibly can. There's still a lot of thinking going on, but at least I know I already have my first experience with the first generation. I kind of got my thoughts already gathered and plan of action type thing already going on. Anyways, so we didn't get any new traits. We did, but how come it doesn't tell us? Or maybe I just skip it on accident. I don't know. So we can get run for 56. I don't think it's a bad idea. Why? Because, well, this is still far off, and I'm like, might as well grab something new. Don't run so fast. Don't fall down. I'm kind of a little on the fence about that. I'm more of the idea of if they run, you can tell them, oh, if you run fast or if you run a lot, you could fall and you could hurt yourself. But I wouldn't stop them unless there was a need to do so. You know, the area is not safe to run in. Not really for a fall, but more for like something more life-threatening. It's, you know, we're too close to the street. Don't run, and you know they might run off in the street. That's something we wouldn't want, right? Obviously, or like there's like at least a meter tall or high ledge somewhere, and they could fall down. That's something probably you wouldn't want either. They could break their leg, or they could die if they hit their head hard enough. So there's scenarios where you wouldn't want them to run. But in a case like inside the house or something, and where most of the things are safe, you just, you know, make sure there's no pointy objects that might run into it and poke out their eye or something. You know, where it's relatively safe for them to run, because the world is a dangerous place no matter where you are. Anyways, it's okay to let him fall. He won't learn otherwise. That's exactly what I was thinking. Falling down will make him grow up. It's just like when I was younger. That's you. This is our baby boy. You can't even compare. That's where you're wrong, Lee. I'll tell you that right now. I believe you're wrong there. That's my belief, obviously. So in here, again, we need Constitution because it's kind of low. I wouldn't want to bring that up. It's already high enough. It's second, you know, the second highest thing right there. I'm going to go for that because it's dead center, and it didn't do us any good. We're at 300 and something, which is good. Constitution here, Constitution there is not what I wanted, but whatever, is what we got. Go for this. Go for that. A fantasy. I used to get these before. I don't feel the need to grab them anymore. I feel like these are useless to me. They're useless. That's what I think. So I wouldn't want to grab this. Maybe, you know what? I won't. I'll grab this one. We'll grab the IQ. And I think we'll just stick with IQ. Then again, I could go this one and maybe unlock something good, and we didn't. It was a possibility. That is it right there. Learn the piano. I'm gonna try to avoid getting things that we really don't need to go to, because in the other one we were like all over the place, but we were learning. You know, we were learning. So schedule. We have some entertainment, a leisurely stroll. So here we have the trait for that, which it didn't tell us, or I don't remember telling us that we got it. We get more Constitution and we get more face, but we lose our charm while running. It's not a big deal. We'll put that in there. Oh, actually, we don't have the trait for the walk. I guess you eventually get them as you go along in the generations and replaying the game and whatnot. There's the speak, but there's the leisurely stroll as well. Gives us action and Constitution. No, I wouldn't want to do that. This one gives us face EQ, which we also want. I'm gonna do something kind of stupid. We're gonna split it up into 3. Run. I was gonna say run and walk at the same time, so I said run. Run, leisurely stroll, and walk. And 3, learn to speak. Because I know we gotta bump up that IQ and EQ somewhat as well. Though it's not that really that important, but it's in there, so it's kind of you know, it's in the package. And the face, which I also want to keep increasing, because running does not give us face. It's time for kindergarten. Running. Leisurely stroll. I'm clicking this time around. In the previous playthrough, or generation, I was always pressing the space because when I clicked on this thing, it would never do anything, and I felt like, well, I don't know if it even works. So I'll just hit the space. Maybe that's why it's off clicking on the trait pop-ups. Anyways, your granny always takes you on leisurely strolls because dad doesn't have the time. Reliance. Whenever dad is about to leave, you say, "Daddy, don't go." Oh yeah, we had that before. It hurt me. You run into a chair and start crying. Granny smacks the chair something fierce. Well, it was expected to happen. You didn't know that because you've never experiencing bumping into something or hitting something while you were running. So, but that's why I feel like they should experience it at very least in a minimal way. Like it has to hurt at least minimally, because they'll experience their pain for maybe not the first time, but they'll experience pain to some degree, or like to a degree that is higher than probably previously experienced, and they'll learn that, oh, doing this will do that. They might think, their brain might want to say that, oh, it does. Since I did this, this is gonna happen. I don't want that to happen. That's where you come in with your experience and tell them, not necessarily you wouldn't do it, you just have to be more precautious. Anyways, carry on. No self-control. Your parents date or dote on you, and consequently you don't really learn how to sit or stand properly. It's kind of not good. Our EQ is going down, but it's not the worst thing. Learn to speak. Learn to speak. So baby swim and painting class. Spend wisely. What do you mean spend wisely? A relative is coming to visit us soon. Behave yourself and don't embarrass me. I don't want to lose face over your behavior. What's face? That was our little right there. When you outperform others and show your superiority, you save face. Otherwise, you lose face. So someone always loses face, right? It's either you or them. Spend wisely. Your parents want you to spend less money and say no to the things you want. I don't remember having that one before. Maybe that's new. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm just thinking and trying to remember as much as I can. But that's the end of the episode. We are a 3-year-old now. We're in kindergarten now. At first I thought this was our room. Now I don't know if it's our room or the classroom. I feel like it's the classroom. So now our friend has changed, or both of them. We only kept one. Tricolor kindergarten. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's all for now. Oh, what? I just off-clicked like that on the side and he threw out a word. Anyways, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.